Hello everyone and welcome back to another part of my F1 23 driver career mode. Episode number 14 today for the Brazilian Grand Prix. One of my favourite circuits, not just in the game, but also in real life. A sprint weekend as well, and I am very excited to get straight on to that track. If you did miss last episode, I do recommend you check it out before you see this one, because that will tell you why things are in such a dire state. As we DNF'd in Mexico from pole position, another gearbox failure, which makes up that our 5th DNF of the season. 4 engine failures. Even Tsunoda, who's in exactly the same car as us, has not DNF'd a single time this season due to an engine failure. So that is exactly what we didn't need. We're now about 70 something points, I believe, away from off the driver's title, 72 I think, and we need to win every single one of the remaining races to even stand a chance of winning that title. But if I'm honest, I think all these DNFs have put us back too much, and I can't see us really making much progress from here. So we're going to put on the new gearbox. I did this at the end of the last episode if you saw, but for some reason it didn't save. We're not going to get in another engine part. Don't really see the point. And now, see, we've got some R&D. We've got 2,000 resource points to spend, and this is coming to the point where we don't actually have much to actually spend it on. So I was a while thinking about what to buy. I thought about this durability upgrade on the gearbox, which would have been helpful for last race, but thought about this rear downforce, but I don't want like that swingy sort of car. So I did purchase it initially. I did remove it afterwards when I saw that we could possibly get a chassis upgrade on a major weight reduction or minor tyre wear. And I'm going to go with that minor tyre wear. I feel like that's going to be key in Las Vegas. So we're going to purchase that, and really that's all we can buy, despite having another 1,000 R&D points. That's all we're going to buy. Luckily for us, our intercooler succeeds. I think that was a guarantee. And surprisingly, that happens to us. We don't lose driver acclaim because of the previous marketing department event. Interesting. Our aerodynamics department also succeed. Our aerodynamics upgrade also succeed. Now let's head to the race weekend. Qualifying on the Friday, remember, which is going to be interesting as usual, which sets the grid for Sunday. Obviously, it's still the old qualifying format. In the R&D, we pull ahead by more to Red Bull, so hopefully we can go in for a dominant weekend, which means less. Guys will be seeing less. You'll see this after I do. But done practice 1. Let's head to QUALI. In a very wet Brazil. First lap then in Q1. Intermediates are the conditions at the moment. And it's quite difficult. I went out for 3 consecutive laps here after this one, but I actually couldn't find any time. But P3, which is 2/10, which is good enough. And that should be it, hopefully, for the session. But as the session went on, it does get drier. So I wanted to go out again here on the soft tyres at the end, because in case it dried up enough and, everyone went out and found massive chunks of time. So I wait here. I'm waiting in the garage. Into still the recommended tyre. Everyone else goes out. I decide to follow them on soft tyres. I don't know what everyone else is out on. So we go on the softs, and here we accidentally click switch and recommend compound, which in the end lost us that time. So now we're going to ignore and go to track, flying lap. Alonso's right ahead of us. I think that's Alonso. I don't think that's Stroll. But Alonso's right ahead of us. Yeah, it is Alonso. But we've only got 14 seconds left. And everyone is out on the soft tyres ahead of us and behind us. It's not what we needed. It's San Francisco, so the softs are faster. It looks very wet though. And we can't do anything. P11 for us. Wait, P11? I don't think everyone went out and did a lap on softs. I think some people didn't make it to the line, like me. Yeah, because lots of inters then. Tsunoda in P2, Verstappen P3. That's very surprising, all things considered, because the softs were definitely faster, but a lot of people want inters, but it wasn't. Maybe it was like the crossover period or something. Or maybe everyone didn't get a lap in, just like we do. But Carlos Sainz is out. Exactly what he didn't need in his Ferrari. He's going to have a big comeback drive tomorrow then. From 16th, unless any penalties elevate him up the order. Obviously, he'll have the sprint as well to make up some positions. It's a dry Q2 now. So the track is completely dried up. We're going to go on that set of softs that we went out at the end of the session last in Q1. Hopefully we can... They're pretty much the same as new tyres. So we're going to go up to the line. That's P2. 0.3 off Verstappen, but that should be good enough, I think, to get us into Q3. I try going out on a lap again here, because I did have the ERS and the fuel. But then Ocon, he just doesn't get out of the way. I mean, what is he doing? What is he doing? Like, seriously. What is he doing? We were on a flying lap, but he was just parked in the middle of the racing line. And so that's going to mud our lap. But we sneak through by, what, 200ths of a second? 200ths of a second through into Q3. Just Ocon out. Glad about that. Tsunoda, though, showing pace after 3 consecutive Q2 exits. He's up in P2. Very solid lap from him. But we're in P10, and we sneak through into Q3. First lap in Q3 then. We're going to be on 2 laps. This is on the Q3 tyre set, these tyres. So we don't get caught out like that, like we did in Mexico and another race. I don't quite remember which race it was. It might have been Silverstone. Can't quite remember. But this first lap, we're gonna need a good lap, and it's been very scrappy this lap, to be honest. We're gonna have to go out again, 10th by quite a while way, about 7/10, I think. So we go out again on another new set of tyres. 4 minutes left. We've gone out before everyone else just to try and get another lap in after this if possible. This lap is going to need to show some magic here if we want to get that pole position like we did in Mexico, like we did in Qatar. And we actually haven't gained that much time through turns 1, in Sector 1, or in the start of Sector 2. Only, what, half a tenth up? You know, I don't think it was Sector 3 where we really lost time. And you'll see that here in this lap. Because we're just under 10th up here. Now we are 1/10 up. 2/10 now, but overall, considering I need to find out 5/10, not found much. 3/10, purple in the second sector, very solid. Look at this exit we get from here. I don't know what exit we got last time. I think we went in too deep and then that compromised the whole lap. But we're 7/10 up, almost 8/10 up. And we cross the line, it's going to go P2. Very solid. And that's going to be it for us. We can't really do anything else.
Let's review our top 3 today. Hamilton, Perez, and Oscar Piastri. Goodbye for now then, but really we're just getting started. Make sure to join us again for Lights Out tomorrow.
P9 then for us. Very disappointing qualifying. We're going to need a mega sprint drive tomorrow if we want to, because we have to win all these races, including the sprint. So we're going to have to gain 9 places. I hope we can. but it's uphill for Sainz, who starts in P16. Really unlucky for him. We've done practice 2 as well now. We've got some R&D to spend. And I buy this front downforce. I'm just going to rush everything from now on to try and get it on. I was struggling here what to buy. I wanted to get something that would actually come in before. So I buy this weight rate reduction, but then just like, no. I was just really unsure everywhere what to buy, because we've only got limited time this season. So I'm going to rush this front downforce, I think. Yeah, oh, this took a long time debating this. But we end up buying that front downforce. We still actually can't buy anything else. So now let's head to the sprint. I'm looking forward to it.
So it's all about speed in today's sprint. Not very many laps and no chance to get ahead on strategy. Who here today has the raw skill to take them to the top? Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting sprint. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, edging out Sergio Perez, who lines up P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Oscar Piastri, Tsunoda, Norris, Fernando Alonso, Leclerc, Verstappen, and Alpha Tauri, Russell, Gasly, Ocon, Joe, Magnussen, Bottas, Sainz, Sargent, Stroll, Hulkenberg, and Alex Albon picks up the last spot on the grid. Which of these drivers will get pole position today? We'll soon find out.
Okay, mate, only 3 races left and you've still got a chance of the title, but if we're going to win it, we're going to need some very special performances in every one of those 3, and it starts here. Let's see what we can do today.
It does start here, Mark. Some inspirational speech there. We're going to be on the soft tyres. Everyone else on the soft tyres, I believe. Let me quickly check that. Yeah, everyone else on the soft tyres. So that's going to be very exciting. Everyone on the same tyres. We're going to have to get to the top on raw pace alone. We're going to be in P9. And now lining up to the grid. We're going to need a really good grid slot to maximise our position. Oh, 0.0. That was beautiful. I think that's the best parking I've ever got, like ever on an F1 game. I've been playing since like back in 2014. F1 2014, that god-awful game. Oof. Here we go then, 5 red lights for the Sao Paulo sprint. It's lights out and away we go. It's a good start for us. Alonso not the best, Tsunoda not the best either. We want to go down the inside but can't quite because of Leclerc, Alonso and Tsunoda going 3 wide. We bash into the back of Fernando Alonso. But we do make it through on both of them, and now we've got Yuki Tsunoda, our own teammate, up the road. We've caught up to him already. Can we go down the inside? Yes, we can. Can we hold it? Yeah, can we on the circuit? Yes, we can. Oh, that was so close. But now we've got Oscar Piastri ahead of us. We should really be able to catch him up within the next couple laps. And we got Fernando Alonso right on our tail. This is gonna be a long, hard slog if because we're gonna have to like break the DRS train of Hamilton and Perez. We have to overtake while they have DRS as well. We're gonna have to use our engine power and drag reduction alone. And McLaren are very strong in the aero side of things. Fernando Alonso still right behind us. He's overtaken Tsunoda as well. As we come off, I love this straight so much. Like it's not that long a straight, but you reach such top speeds, and we're gonna have to push so hard here using our ERS, our engine recovery system. It's Piastri ahead of us. We're gonna have to clear him as quickly as possible because I'm not sure he has the pace to keep up with Hamilton, with Perez, because he's still a rookie, remember, in this F1 universe of ours. It's through turns 3. I'm getting a bit frustrated behind him. I see Hamilton and Perez going up the road. We go down the inside of Oscar Piastri. Great move. You went for the switchback, but we cut that off, and now we've got Hamilton. Yep, 1 second up the road. Just like I said, I knew Piastri wouldn't be able to keep up at that time. And now lap 4, we've got DRS. We've got ERS. We're right on the back of Hamilton. It's taken a few laps. But here we go then on the outside of Lewis Hamilton, the 7-time world champion. Thought about a move on Perez there, but he blocks us off. Great defending from us. We're gonna from Hamilton, sorry. But we still go down the inside of turn 2 on the inside line. And now we have Sergio Perez ahead to try and catch up to. And lap 5, at the beginning of lap 6, I sense my chance. We've got a bit of ERS. We've got some DRS too. Perez defenseless. DRS is so powerful here around Interlagos. We're gaining into single digits with the ERS. We can go for the move down the inside. Just keep it, and we overtake up into P1 on lap 6. So it only took us 6 laps to gain 9 positions. That's very solid indeed. But I can tell you guys, it did take a lot. My tyres are overheating so much because they were like 120 degrees. But at the end of that lap, going on to lap 7, Perez right on our tail. But he doesn't go for the move into turn 1, but he's still right behind us. Maybe for the move, going for the move. We don't get the best exit. He gets a second bite of the cherry, does Sergio Perez. He's going to gain. He's going for the move on the inside. We use our ERS to try and defend. We're going to try and hold it round the outside. Yes, we can hold it. And now we're going wheel to wheel with Sergio Perez up the hill. Round the outside. Can he do it, Sergio Perez? No, he can't. On the inside, we defend, and Hamilton says thank you very much and takes that position off from Perez. He's up into P2. Now we've got a multiple-time world champion to try and defend from. Can we keep this position? He'll have DRS, which, as I've already said, is extremely powerful round Interlagos. And here he comes, starting the final lap of the race, going wheel to wheel. We're going to defend to the inside, have that inside line, that crucial inside line, and we're going to keep the position. But Hamilton will have DRS once again to try and overtake us, but I think he's just a bit too far back. We squeeze him a bit too much. So he should be good for the rest of this race, I reckon, and we should have that pole position wrapped up for tomorrow's main Grand Prix, the main race, the 25 lap. And here we go then up to the line. A great drive, from P9 to P1.
Yes, mate, I'll take that. Well done. We're really happy with the podium.
You're more than take that,
well
Mark.
done. Yes.
Let's have a quick look at how the driver's standings have changed. A result that will make Sergio Perez happy as he pushes his championship lead out even further. The grid is set then, so that just leaves the race itself. Join us tomorrow where we'll be live with all the action. And until then, goodbye.
So then the win for us. in the sprint. Perez only third, which is really good for us because we need him to get as little points as possible. Sainz makes up into P10, still no points. A decent recovery try from him though. So 70 points is now the gap between us and Checo Perez. We gain 2 points on him from 72. And he does gain on Sainz and Verstappen as well. Tsunoda still in 9th. I can't see him getting anything better, to be honest. So that's going to be it for us. And now let's in the sprint. And now let's head to the race. Let's head into this Grand Prix. I'm really excited for this one. From pole position, we have to win this.
Formula One returns to Interlagos once again with the stage set for what promises to be another classic Sao Paulo Grand Prix. Sebastian Vettel famously clinched his third championship here in 2012, and just 4 years later, Max Verstappen treated us to one of the finest wet weather drives of all time. We're racing today then at Interlagos, a historic 2.7-mile circuit and one of the few anti-clockwise tracks on the calendar. 15 corners in total, 9 to the left and 6 to the right, with a technical middle section opening up to a flat-out Sector 3. That gives us our best passing opportunity down into Turn 1. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. It's Alpha Tauri in pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Perez, Fernando Alonso, Oscar Piastri, Tsunoda, Leclerc, Verstappen, Russell, Sainz, Ocon, Norris, Gasly, Stroll, Magnussen, Bottas, Joe, Albon, Sargent, and Nico Hulkenberg rounds off the grid. Now it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track. Anthony Davidson joins me once again in the commentary box, and it's fantastic to have you with us here. But I'm curious, as a man with experience out on the track, how do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
Well, I imagine they'll be starting to feel the adrenaline as they anticipate the run down into Turn 1, a bit like preparing to go into battle. The unknown situation will bring nerves, but that's a good thing. It'll keep them focused on the moment and on their surroundings as we build towards the start of the Grand Prix.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
I won't, Mark. I sure won't, unless you let me down with an engine failure. We better not, otherwise that's our championship gone. Soft medium. So that's going to be necessary for us to use those softs effectively towards the start. I'm not sure what everyone else is on. I think most people on soft. I think a couple medium runners. Hamilton jumps the start. I was kind of a bit slow, to be honest.
Stay in formation and start bringing the car up to temperature, please. Get some load into the tyres and work the brakes.
Lining up to the grid then, we're going to need another good grid slot just like we had the other day. We're going to need to get us... I was really aiming for the perfect one here, but we just overdo it just by a bit. 0.1. We're going to need to get that good launch.
Keep an eye on the lights. The start sequence will begin as soon as the grid is formed.
Here we go then. 5 red lights for the main event. The feature race here in Sao Paulo. Interlagos, it's lights out and away we go. We do get that good launch. Hamilton bogs down at the start. It's 3 wide behind us between Verstappen and Alonso and Hamilton. Alonso moves up into P2. Perez up into P3. Stays in P3. Hamilton down into P4. Verstappen is still in P5. Great start for us though. We're up into P2. So that is exactly what we needed to begin. But Alonso will be right up our tail. He's going to be right behind us for this whole first lap, and he will be eager to try and overtake us. I am sure of it. Perez and Hamilton also, I'm sure, want to overtake us. We almost spin it there. That curb, dangerous if you miss your braking point. As once again we go onto the grass, that's not what we want. As then we go deep, an awful sector 3 then. As Alonso now leads the Grand Prix from 4th. But with the ERS, we're not going to let that happen. We go back down the inside of the grizzly old grandpa, grizzly old bear, I was going to say, but remember I said grandpa in last week's video, if you remember that. But so we do re-overtake Fernando. And now on the next lap, Alonso is out of the race. He's had an engine failure. It's exactly what we needed. It's to hold up the pack a bit. But I feel bad for Alonso as an experienced man out on track in these kind of situations. But now Checo Perez going for the move to overtake us. He does do, and now Lewis Hamilton as well. And we have to go back round the outside of Perez. Can't quite do it. Oh, can't do it. As Perez now just got the lead legitimately from us, but we will have DRS to fight back. And can we gaining, going for the move on the outside? Going wheel to wheel. It's a bit like deja vu with the sprint yesterday. Yes, we can. But now can you go for the switchback on us? No, we almost spin it there. We're still going wheel to wheel. And we do keep the position. And now, no, we don't keep the position, sorry. We will keep the position here. Perez overtakes us, but at the end of the lap, we're going to come back at him with DRS. Sorry, I got a text there and had to look down. Apologies. Cheers, Mark, but it's not P1 just quite yet because Perez is going to try and go back down the inside. But we squeeze him out, and this time he does not follow us. And we do keep P1 from Sergio Perez. We're going to need Perez to be down the order as much as possible this race. And now here he goes. Verstappen and Hamilton. Perez has dropped down the order exactly like we needed him to. Hamilton trying to go round the outside. We're not letting that one happen at all. Verstappen then overtakes him because we squeezed him out so much. And Leclerc has now overtaken Perez, and Russell as well has overtaken. Everything's going wrong for Perez now. But we still lead the race, which is what is important for us. I think now we're going to pit, I believe, at the end of next lap. So, which we do, lap 11, coming into the pits. Hamilton does not follow us through. Russell and Verstappen both do follow us. We're going to need a good stop from the lads here, especially as we're actually leading the race quite legitimately for this time. And we'll just need this stop to be really good. Coming into the pits, the front's good away. But we have the rear wheel. No, go. Albon, no, go. Oh, we've lost positions now to Verstappen, to Leclerc and to Russell, who did lose position to Leclerc, actually. But that's what we didn't need. And we're going to have 3 more cars to overtake than we normally should. Oh. So we tap the wall. Don't no damage. Thanks. Oh. But we're going to have to overtake Russell and Leclerc as quickly as possible because we cannot let Verstappen pull away. So now George Russell is our first customer to be overtaken. I am angry here. I don't know if you could see, I've almost bumped into the back of Russell. But still not what we needed. Can we go down the inside here? Yes we can. Down the inside of George Russell, and that's 1 less position. Charles Leclerc up next. Charlie boy. We can do this. We can talk about this. Actually, no, we can't. This is non-negotiable. Give me that position, please. Thank you. Gaining then on Charles Leclerc. We're going to have as much DRS. That was like my least amount of track limits I've done. I've barely gone over the line. Everyone else is in the pits. And then, so has the overcut worked for Hamilton? He's gone to the hard. Why has Hamilton gone onto the hards? That's the wrong decision, buddy. Now can we go down the inside of Leclerc? Late braking for us, really late braking. Huge dive bomb. We've done it up into P4 and now P3. Can we go for the move? Gaining on Verstappen, go for the move with DRS. We've negated that poor work from the pit crew. And we also go purple in all 3 sectors there. And that's a 1:10.1, which I believe was faster than my Q2 time. But you have to check me on that. And we're currently in P2 now, as we have overtaken Verstappen, who can't come back at us, which will become P1 when Tsunoda pits, which he does at the end of the following lap. He started on the mediums, going to the hards. And now Verstappen has a job to do. He's got Leclerc behind him, Russell and Hamilton behind them. I need Mercedes to score big today, and I need Leclerc to score big. I can't let Verstappen finish in second. Well, let's focus on him finishing first before we think about second, because Verstappen going for the move. But we do keep the position on Verstappen. He will have a second bite of the cherry, though. But he can't come back at us. And now the following lap, that was track limits, FIA. That was track limits. And it doesn't even help us at all, because Verstappen going for the move around the outside, make a bit of contact with him, I think, on the exit. Goes for the switchback, not having that go off the track again. That was track limits again, FIA. Really, should be penalising me there. And our tyres, by the way, on the softs were really overheating. We were pushing so hard. Even on these mediums, they're overheating. And that was more track limits. You can tell that they're overheating. I'm just locking up, really, like at every corner. It's now Verstappen going for the move on the inside. He's going to go deep, though. We're going to make a beautiful switchback move. Now, I think that's my best move of the series. Hands down, that move or the one on Leclerc. Best move. That switchback, I loved that so much. It was so tight, so brilliant. Ooh. And now Verstappen is now 1.3 seconds behind. And that means he does not get that drag reduction system. So we're going to have to push now to keep him away. And for us, we do keep him away. We extend it to 3 seconds. And it's going to be, I believe, our first ever win since Austria earlier in the season, before the summer break. It's been a fantastic drive from us. P9 in qualifying, P1 in the sprint. It's P1 in the race. What a great drive. Shane Verstappen got P2, but we have to celebrate on ourselves here. What a drive. I'm really proud of that. Pulling away from Verstappen like that, especially when he had DRS, that switchback really unsettled him, I think.
And a fantastic victory here in Interlagos. Tell me, Ant, how did they manage to achieve this win?
Well, they certainly stood out as a drive with tons of confidence on the track. I think their ability to keep their cool, even during some more hectic parts of the race, meant they were able to capitalise on the mistakes of other drivers, giving them the opportunity to make their way to the top spot with ease.
As we await the winners to take their positions on the podium, one thing is clear. Alpha Tauri have really showed their prowess on the track. This is a team that isn't afraid to take risks, whether that's on the circuit or in the new talent they hire. Well, today, those risks certainly paid off. So let's review the driver's standings. This result then narrows the gap between our championship leader and the rest of the standings. Let's focus on the driver of the day, Anthony Davidson. Who do you pick? It's time to check out the constructors' standings. And pulling further ahead in the standings, it's Red Bull. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport action. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
What a win for us then today in Interlagos. Sonoda only P8, but a really good result for us all round. We overtake Russell and Leclerc. We were level on points with Leclerc, I believe, after the sprint, but now we're only 50 points away from that Drivers' Championship. From out of a possible 52, we can still earn 26 in both races. So if I'm honest, I'm not going to win it. That DNF in Mexico is like the coffin in the stone in the coffin in the tomb. Don't know what you say. But oh well, but a really good result for us then. At least we can take that on board with us, and carry that momentum, and at least try and win this championship. I still believe we can. I'm just not sure if we. I'm just very doubtful that we will. A general wear succeeds. I'm not sure when I purchased that, but you know, I could have done that with a bit earlier. We've got quite a few upgrades in for Las Vegas, and still not much R&D. I'm just really unsure. I don't particularly want to buy that rear downforce, to be honest, because when I've bought rear downforce, my cars felt really like spinny, you know, loose at the rear end like it did in Mexico before that front downforce came in. But who knows? We've got that ERS cooling, which is going to be crucial to come in. But guys, if you have enjoyed this episode of my F1 23 driver career mode, do like and subscribe. It helps out so much. And I'll see you guys next time for the Las Vegas Grand Prix on the Las Vegas Strip. I'm so excited to get onto that track. Under the lights as well. It's going to be beautiful. But as I say, if you have enjoyed this episode, do like and subscribe and turn that notification bell on so you can keep uploaded for the last 2 weeks of this series before we might start on my team. I'm not sure. I have hinted that I might, but we'll see. Goodbye.